Alright, it's a 2010 Camaro SS. I'm sure this probably covers a bunch of years of Camaros. They've got a new front brake system, and I'm sure that a lot of people who ain't seen it before are going to get a little confused by it. There it is. As you can see, they had to completely redesign this for God only knows why, but you got a couple of pins in here that run through the brake pads, and to get them out, you're going to go right there, one hole there, and another hole down there. You're going to take your hammer and knock those pins out the back. Once you get them sticking out there far enough, you get a hold of them with some pliers and twist them and etc. till you can pull them out through the back. So I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. As you can see here, they're starting to come out the back there. I'm going to get a hold of them there with some pliers, vice grips or something. Or if you had you a really small nail or something, you could probably use it to punch all the way through. But the goal is to get these two pins out of the caliper. Now you can see this metal spring plate in here. Pay attention to which way it is in there. If I was a DIY person, I would say don't take both sides apart at the same time. Do one side and then do the other, because if you do them one side at a time and you got confused, you could always go look on the other side of the car and see how to put it back together. Alright, there's the top one. Alright, there's what the pins look like once you get them out. You see your little spring plate is still trapped in here. It's a 4-piston system, so you got 2 pistons in this side of the caliper and 2 pistons in the back side of the caliper, and we got to push the pistons in to make room for the new brake pads. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screwdriver. I'm going to go right here between the pad and the rotor. Make sure you're between the pad and the rotor, not between the pad and the piston. Get between the pad and the rotor and pound the flathead down in there to push the pistons back in. Once you get them back, get the screwdrivers in there a little ways and separate the pads from the rotor, that spring plate will come out. Of course, you need to pay attention to which way it goes when you put it back in. That's why I said don't take both sides apart at the same time. I'm going to show you here in a minute when I get done here how I ended up getting the pistons in. Now, you see here how I've put a flathead screwdriver between the pad and the rotor and pounded it down in there? That pushed these two pistons in. I did the same thing in the back, which pushed those two pistons in. Now if I can get my screwdrivers out, you'll see you can pull the old brake pad, slides right out of there. And of course, putting it back together is going to be opposite of this video. If you took it apart, I think you can figure out how to put it back together. But if you run into trouble, like I say, you can always refer to the other side of the car. Remember, when you put this spring plate in there, you would think it would go in there like this, but it actually goes like that. There you go. Front brake pads, 2010 Camaro SS. Check me out on YouTube, Jeff Hash, Grinder Auto. Good luck.